There's a specific feeling people don't talk about. It shows up late at night, or early in the morning, or right after you check your bank account, even when nothing is technically wrong. Your bills are paid, you're not starving, you're functioning. And yet, your chest feels tight, your thoughts speed up, your mind starts racing ahead to problems that haven't happened. That feeling has a name: panic. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that whispers, "You're not safe. You're falling behind. This won't last." Most people assume this panic is telling them the truth. It isn't.
We're taught to believe something very simple. If you're stressed about money, it must mean something is wrong with your money. So people chase fixes: more income, better budgeting, perfect plans. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Money stress often has nothing to do with money. It has to do with uncertainty. And uncertainty is something the human brain is extremely bad at handling.
Your brain evolved to survive immediate danger, not abstract futures, not monthly bills, not retirement. In the wild, uncertainty meant one thing: you might die. So when your brain can't clearly see the future, it doesn't stay calm. It panics, even if you're objectively okay. That's why two people with the same income feel completely different. Someone with savings still feels anxious. A raise doesn't bring peace for long. Your brain isn't asking, "Do we have enough?" It's asking, "Do we have control?"
Here's the key shift most people never make. Panic is not information. Panic is noise. It doesn't mean you're failing, you're irresponsible, you're in danger. It means your brain doesn't know what happens next. And when the brain doesn't know, it assumes the worst. Think about what most people do when they feel money anxiety. They check their account again and again and again. But checking doesn't create clarity. It creates exposure. Each time you look, your brain runs the same scan. Is this enough forever? The answer is always no. No number feels permanent. No balance feels safe. No amount quiets uncertainty. So the panic grows. Here's the cruel irony. Panic makes people do the very thing that increases panic. When people feel overwhelmed, they buy small comforts, spend for relief, chase short-term calm. It works, briefly. Then reality returns. The balance drops. The stress doubles. Now panic feels justified. This is how people get stuck for years without understanding why. You can't reason with panic. You can't tell it to relax. You can't logic it away. Because panic doesn't come from logic. It comes from lack of structure. Calm is not an emotion you force. It's a byproduct of knowing what happens next.
Here's something society confuses constantly. Being poor and being unstable are not the same thing. Someone can have very little money but high stability. Someone else can earn a lot and live in constant fear. Stability doesn't come from amount. It comes from predictability. What stable people have that others don't? Stable people aren't special. They aren't smarter. They aren't more disciplined. They have one quiet advantage. They already decided what their money will do. Before emotion, before temptation, before fear. So when uncertainty appears, their brain has an answer. That answer kills panic. Why your money stress is lying. Money stress feels urgent. It feels important. It feels like a warning. But most of the time, it's lying about three things. Lie 1. You're about to run out. No, you're uncomfortable with not knowing. Lie 2. You're behind. No, you're comparing your present to someone else's highlight reel. Lie 3. You need to act right now. No, impulsive action is what panic wants, not what you need. Panic wants speed. Calm comes from slow. Panic rushes. Calm organizes. Panic says, do something. Calm says, decide once. That's the difference.
Panic doesn't start when money is gone. It starts when money becomes undirected. When money arrives with no instructions, your brain fills the gap with fear. Direction is what the brain is actually asking for. Budgets assume something unrealistic, that you'll feel the same way tomorrow as you do today. You won't. Stress changes decisions. Fatigue changes priorities. Emotion overrides intention. That's why panic keeps winning. The solution to money panic is not control, it's containment. You don't need to manage every dollar. You need to remove uncertainty from the system. Panic disappears when 3 questions are answered. What is this money for? What is protected? What is allowed? Most people answer none of them. Protected money equals calm. The moment some money becomes untouchable, panic loses leverage, even if the amount is small, because now the future has a placeholder. Your brain relaxes when it sees protection. Allowed money equals peace. Restriction creates rebellion. If all spending feels dangerous, panic increases. Calm systems allow guilt-free spending inside clear boundaries. Freedom inside structure feels safe.
Panic is dramatic. Calm is quiet. People mistake quiet for weakness, but quiet is where strength lives. The myth of once I make more. More money doesn't erase panic. It often amplifies it, because now there's more to lose. Without structure, income only raises the volume. People who follow calm systems notice something strange. They stop thinking about money as often. Not because they're rich, because nothing urgent is happening. Urgency is the enemy of peace. One day you check your account and feel nothing. No spike, no dread, no relief. Just information. That's when you know panic lost. The real flex isn't spending. It isn't earning. It isn't showing. It's sleeping. It's not flinching at small expenses. It's not fearing the calendar. That's what calm looks like. Your money stress feels real. It feels convincing. It feels urgent. But most of the time, it's lying. Not because everything is perfect, but because panic doesn't understand systems. You don't need to be fearless. You need to be prepared. And preparation is quiet.